Good morning, students. Welcome to English Online Learning. Standard 10, Subject English, Chapter 2.3, Connecting the Dots, Module 3. To quickly recall what we have learned so far, Steve Paul Jobs, February 24, 1955 to October 5, 2011, an American billionaire, was the CEO and co-founder of the world's leading computer and smartphone company, Apple Incorporated. Let me take you through the dots which formed a chain of events that occurred in Steve Jobs' life as narrated by him in the speech at Stanford University. In 1972, he attended the Reed College for 2 years. He learnt serif and sans serif typefaces. In the year 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak co-founded Apple. In 1984, he developed the Macintosh computer. In 1985, he was forced out of Apple. Thereafter, he founded Next Computers and later Pixar. In 1997, Apple acquired Next and Steve Jobs became the CEO of Apple. When he returned to Apple, he launched several campaigns and released several products and thus restored Apple's profitability. And as they say, the rest is history. Apple is currently the world's largest tech company. Indeed, the rise, fall, and return of Steve Jobs is a big part of his life. Let us now read on to find out what Steve has to say in his next story. My third story is about death. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. Diagnosed means after several tests, the nature of his illness was identified as cancer. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. Get one's affairs in order means his doctor advised him to make arrangements to organize his finances and legal things, hinting that he should be prepared to die. I lived with that diagnosis all day. Later that evening, I had biopsy. Biopsy is when a small tissue was removed from his body to find out the extent of cancer that he was suffering from. It turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. I had the surgery and I am fine now. This was the closest I've been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone's life. By these words, he means as Apple reached new heights, Jobs began to have health problems. He learned that he had cancer in 2003. His doctor advised him to organize the things relating to his personal life For example, his financial situation, especially so that there will not be any difficulties after he dies. When the doctor said, "It's time to get your affairs in order," it means Steve was suffering from a terminal illness. Hence, he should make his financial and legal arrangements, especially in preparation for his death. He underwent surgery for pancreatic cancer and was cured of it. Coming face to face with death, he realized how very little time one has on this earth. So one must realize one's potential and determine one's own purpose and path in life. Moving on, let us see what else he says. He says, and I quote, "Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking." Dogma means to limit one's thinking because of a particular belief. Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out your inner voice. Drown out your inner voice means don't let your decisions be affected by somebody else's voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called the Whole Earth Catalog. In the final issue, on the back cover, they put a photograph of an early morning country road. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. I have always wished that for myself. And now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. A very valuable lesson he teaches us here is not to be trapped by dogma, which means to limit one's thinking because of a particular belief or beliefs, as we humans have a tendency to believe something that has been accepted as true over many generations. He therefore says, listen to your inner voice, follow your heart and intuition, for they will never let you fail. You can name it vision, idea, logic, or simply luck, but people like him did dare to do something different. He recalls reading the words "Stay hungry, stay foolish" on the back cover of an American magazine, the Whole Earth Catalog, that features essays and articles, but was primarily focused on product reviews. Stay hungry, stay foolish, he says. It means that one should always be hungry, eager, and curious to learn new things. In other words, one must always assume that one is foolish. Only that will enable us to open our minds to new learning. To give you an example, this lockdown and closure of school has opened the doors to online learning. We teachers who always thought that we knew everything were suddenly stuck with a new challenge, the IT challenge. We had to become foolish and hungry. Oh, how we clutched at every straw. We learnt that our youngsters were actually our best guides. So we opened our minds to receive advice and IT lessons from boys and girls like you. Only then did we begin to learn how to overcome our IT handicap. So, what feels like the end is often the beginning. Sometimes a plan doesn't always work out the way we want it to. But that doesn't mean your dream is denied. Failure is part of success. So don't let temporary obstacles discourage you. Instead of giving up, pick up the pieces and start again. Why would Steve had told this to the graduates? The goal of Steve Jobs' speech is to persuade the graduates to find the jobs that they can truly love because of their passion for the definite activities. That brings us to the end of this beautiful chapter. I'm sure it has inspired you all. Let me take you through the life lessons that we learn from Steve Jobs' life. Don't wait. Make your own reality. Control everything you can. Own your mistakes. Know yourself. Leave the door open for the fantastic. Don't hold back. Surround yourself with brilliance. Build a team of A players. Be yourself. Be persuasive. Show others the way. Trust your instincts. Take risks. Follow great with great. Make tough decisions. Presentation can make a world of difference. Find a way to balance your intensity. Live for today. And last but not the least, he says, share your wisdom. But before I sign off for today, I would like to share with you a beautiful poem I came across. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Everybody's got a blank page, a story they are writing today, a wall that they are climbing. You can carry the past on your shoulders, or you can start over. Regrets, no matter what you have gone through. God, He gave it all to save you. Wasn't that wonderful? Thank you. Please refer to the PDF file for today's classwork.